Welcome to class. Today we are working with our fourth chakra, the Anahata or heart chakra. This area bridges the gap between the lower and upper energetic centers. It is the connection between the material and the spiritual world. This brings with it this capacity to love and to appreciate and to find joy in the people, the things, the world that surrounds us. But we can also find ourselves building attachments. So attachment is not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself. It is part and parcel of this experience that we have in our human bodies. Attachment also brings expectation. It brings judgment and suffering. If one wants to release themselves from this cycle, if they are seeking to find this enlightened, blissful state that allows them to rise above those experiences, and they may do so through participating in this yogic practice where we work through our energetic centers, our chakras, to allow that energy to move vertically and help the practitioner realize their oneness with everything around them. Our division, our individuality, and our separation is what allows this to occur, but this is the ultimate purpose of it. Each chakra has associated with it many, many things, both literal and figurative. They have yantras, pictures, they have mantras, they have seed sounds, there are colors, there are elements, there are these attitudes and themes, there are some correlations that are made with physical ailments associated with each area, with emotional disturbances, with some psychological things that we may have going on, and also with our own doshic constitution, so how our personality manifests and also where we are developmentally. And it's really interesting because as you gain more horizontal knowledge, you can see these crossovers with realms such as psychology, which you can argue that Hinduism and many of these practices were the scientific psychological basis of the time, and some who still practice these things will tell you that it's more of a scientific study than it is a theology. It's all one and the same. But getting back to our topic here, through our postural practice, we can draw from these themes. And today we are going to physically notice this heart space. We're going to work with thoracic, this is the upper part of our spine, extension, and some back bend shapes. Throughout, I want you to pay attention to where you are bending from. A lot of us, and by us I mean me, will bend from our low back, our lumbar spine. And sometimes it is not very happy about that, and it lets us know. So I want you to look for sensation, particularly through the upper part of the spine. I'm going to provide lots of opportunities, lots of cues for you to incorporate that throughout your asana practice in this class. But try to approach it with curiosity, with objectivity. So release those expectations, release the attachment to performing things in a certain way, of judging the way that these postures land in your body, and simply open yourself up to the experience of them, whatever that may be today, and support yourself along the way. Beginning in a kneeling position on your mats, allow your hands to rest down on your lap. Soft gaze or eyes closed. Take a deep breath in, let those shoulders shrug up towards your ears. And as you exhale, allow gravity to pull those elbows down towards the floor. Find that length through the crown of your head. Deep breath in, lifting through the chest. And exhale, press those shins down into the floor. Get a little taller. One more time, deep breath in. This time, send your arms overhead. Find length through the side body. Exhale, draw your hands in, heart center, Anjali Mudra. Breathing in, extend your arms out in front of you, lifting your hips away from your heels. Coming into Anahata. Extend your arms out in front, crawling forward through those fingertips, and then allowing gravity to draw your chest down towards the floor. You can place your hands on some blocks here if you need a little extra. If this bothers your low back, just bring your hips closer towards those heels and don't worry so much about the heart opening aspect. Find that length through the side body. Deep breath in and out, melting down. With your next breath in, glide those fingertips back, rounding generously through your spine. Now lift your hips up, stacking the shoulders above, send your arms high. As you exhale, take a side bend towards the right. Right fingertips go down, left fingertips extend as far as you can over. Close off towards the floor, hips towards the heels. Bring your left fingertips around to the left side. Maybe they come to your heel, to the back of your thigh, or to your low back, and then circle open, half camel. So we're in a back bend, heart opening, thoracic extension with a bit of a side body stretch. Exhale, closing off to the ground, extending those arms out in front, breathing in, crawling forward, and breathing out, chest towards the floor. Inhale, rolling back up, coming right back into our tall stance. Exhale, left side bend this time. Extend through those fingertips as you exhale. Close off towards the ground, big circle sweep around, hand to the block, to the heel, to the thigh, to the low back as you circle open, Ardha Ustrasana, or dancing camel. Exhale, close off, returning to a child's pose for a moment. Take a little wiggle side to side through your hips. Inhale, come forward through a long tabletop. Keep those knees grounded. Lower your chest and your chin down towards the floor. Lift through your tail. Bring your gaze forward. Inhale, glide through. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Return the hips towards the heels, child's pose. Inhale, forward, tabletop. Bring your right knee more or less towards the center line of the body. Send your left leg out. Send your right arm out. As you inhale, lift things up, bend through the knee, cactus through the arm, pull the chest forward. Exhale, pull things together underneath the body. So inhale, create this U shape, and exhale, creating an N shape. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, long line, parallel to the floor, lower the hand, lower those toes. Let your hips, let your heel drop towards the left side. Maybe even look over that right shoulder. Return center, lift your right shin, swivel. Heel goes to the right this time. Gate pose, lift up through your left fingertips. Breathing deeply into those side ribs. As you exhale, extend, find length through the side body. Let's close off. Hand comes down towards the floor. Lift your right shin, pivot, swivel your shin all the way across, and then stack your left knee behind your right. Create some space here. Stay in a tabletop. You can add some circles through the hips, maybe circles through the upper body, or you can cycle through a cat and a cow, pulling those shoulders back, lifting your hips up, and then exhaling, rounding things out, pressing the floor away. Maybe you even add a little bit of side-to-side movement. Take another cycle of breath here. Breathing in and breathing out. Returning through center, unthread the legs. And let's bring our left knee towards the center line. Send your right leg back. Send your left arm in front. Find a lift, a cactus, and a bend. And then exhale, pulling it underneath, drawing the navel point in towards the spine. Inhaling, finding that extension. Exhaling, finding that flexion. One more time. Extend and contract. Send things out. Tap the toe down. Release the hand towards the floor. Heel drops towards the right. Look over your left shoulder. Get that stretch through your side body. Now return through center, heel drops as you swivel your left foot to the left. Send your right arm high, gate pose. Breath in here, breath out. Get long as you can through that side body. Lower the hand down towards the floor. Swivel your left shin all the way towards the right. Stack your right knee behind the left. Make some room. Maybe you shift your hips back. Maybe you take some circles, some figure eights. Maybe you keep the circles very small. Perhaps you go through some cats, And some cows here. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's return to our tabletop. Unthread those legs. Bring them underneath your hips. Send your right arm high. As you exhale, reach it underneath your body. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, reach it through. This time, drop the ear, drop the shoulder down towards the floor. Option to keep your left hand where it is, or send that arm high, pressing the back of your right hand down. Let's return through center. Unthread, send that arm high one more time. Extend it overhead, and switch this out. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, reach it through. Gaze follows those fingertips. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, land it down. Press the back of the hand into the floor. Perhaps lift your right arm skyward. Let's lower that right hand. Unthread, reach it up. Reach it over. And finally, lowering it down. Walk your hands about a palm's distance out in front of you. Shift forward into your knee-supported plank pose. Bend through those elbows, chest, chin down towards the floor. We're lengthening through the sits bones and gazing out in front. Inhale, pull yourself forward. And exhale, send those hips towards the heels, child's pose. Your next inhale brings you to a tabletop, toes tuck, send those hips high, downward facing dog. Let's pedal things out, cycling through those knees, shifting the hips side to side. Maybe you're adding that cat and that cow, maybe a little rock side to side, maybe circles through the hips or through that sternum. However you want to approach this is up to you. Static downward facing dog, step your feet together. Let's walk to the top of our mat. So nice and slow. See if you can drop that heel towards the floor. Trying to keep the legs pretty straight to get that stretch through the back line of the body. Uttanasana, forward fold at the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Shift the weight into the balls of your feet. And exhale, drive the heels down. Let the weight shift back. Again, inhaling. And exhaling. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Your next inhale bends through your knees, rolls you all the way to Urdhva Tadasana, arms rise up. Exhale, bring your hands in heart center. Take a moment here, see how you're feeling. Maybe set an intention, reconnect to your breathing, wiggle something out if you need to do that. And let's move along. Inhale, send those arms high. Keep your arms high as you exhale. Sit your hips down. Try to keep your chest lifted. Those shoulders are drawing back. Let's shift our weight forward onto the balls of the feet. Shift your weight onto the heels as you straighten your leg. Send your arms alongside your body. Again, inhale, chair, maybe tippy toes. Weight is shifting forward. Exhale, half lift, sweep the hands, support if you need to. One more time, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, stand all the way up, Urdhva Tadasana. And exhale, bringing those hands back, heart center. Let's take a breath in, reach your arms high, and exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Stepping back, plank, knees up or down, shifting forward, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, lowering in one piece. Inhale, Bhujangasana, or cobra pose, lift through your chest. Exhale, rolling through, downward facing dog. Let's send our left heel high, bend your knees, stack your hip open. As you exhale, draw that knee towards your chest and step just behind your left wrist. Now let's turn our toes to the left, pivot onto the pinky edge of your right foot, and reach back behind you. Inhale, press down to lift the hips up, sending the arm overhead. We're going to pivot all the way around. So my toes are turning to the right. My right heel comes down. I'm straightening through my front foot and finding a wide leg forward fold to the side. Let's inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold it forward. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Your next inhale pivots you to the top of your mat. Bend through your front leg. Roll those shoulders back. Pull your chest forward. Exhale. Let's straighten through that front leg. Inhale, bend, plant your right hand, circle your left arm open for a twist. Deep breath in here. And exhale, lower that hand down on the inside. See if you can sweep your left leg high, bend your knees, stack your hip open. And exhale, land your left foot next to your right. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, pull it through, stepping behind the wrist. Toes are going to turn about 45 degrees. Left heel comes down as you peel open, reaching towards the back of the mat. You can drop your hips for a moment. Now press down, lift up, pivoting all the way on the heel to the opposite side. Wonderful. Wide leg, forward fold, Padottanasana, facing the left long side of our mat. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift. And exhale, folding forward. As you inhale, lifting halfway, press into those heels. As you fold, shift the weight forward. Inhale, pivot to face the front. Runner's lunge, pull those shoulders back, drive through your back heel. Now exhale, press down into your front leg, straighten the knee, folding forward. Square those hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, bend, lower that left hand underneath the shoulder. Extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Draw length through your neck, shoulders pulling down and back. As you exhale, lower your right hand down. See if you can sweep your right leg directly up, bend it and stack it. Let's exhale, take some stacking steps to the front. Inhale, lift, stack through the left. Exhale, lower, inhale, right. Exhale, lower, inhale, left. Exhale, lower, last one through the right side. Uttanasana, forward fold at the top. Roll up to standing. Urdhva Tadasana, send those arms high, tippy toes. Exhale, heels ground down, sitting into your chair pose. Inhale, see if you can come up on those tippy toes, staying in your chair, lift through your chest. I'm okay with you opening through your back. Exhale, heels down, halfway lift, draw those low ribs in, length through the neck. Again, inhale, chair, maybe tippy toes, maybe you cactus through the arms to open up. Exhale, sweeping through, half lift. One more, breathing in, opening through that heart space, and breathing out. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale, hands heart center. Take a moment, take a breath, occupy this space, and notice what there is to notice. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, make your way to your downward facing dog in any manner that feels right for you today. This can be very active, little vinyasa. This can be passive, simply stepping back, totally up to you. Let's inhale, left heel lifts, bend the knees, stack the hip open. Some familiar transitions, but we're going somewhere new. Stepping forward behind that wrist. Open up to the left side. Press down, lift up, pivoting all the way around into your wide leg forward fold facing the side. We're going to take this to the back of the mat this time. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, pivot to the back in our long pyramid. Bend through your right leg, left heel comes down, lift your left arm up, followed by the right. Warrior two, facing the back. Tuck those hips under, length through the neck, stack head, shoulders, and hips. As you inhale, straighten. Something funky is going to happen with the hands. Right arm goes up, left arm comes underneath. You bring them parallel, and then you pivot into a warrior two to face the front. I'm going to demo this way. So we're bringing it up, around, and forward. However you want to get there. Left foot forward, right foot backward, facing the top of the mat. Let's inhale, reverse here. Exhale, cartwheel to the floor. Your right hand grounds down, your left arm goes skyward in your twist. As you exhale, step to the top of the mat. Lift your back leg up, standing split. Pull those hands in towards your chest. Warrior three. Breathing in, bring the knee high, bring your arms up. Breathing out, grab that heel, pull it in towards your glute. We're going to stay here this round, stretching through the quads. Lower it down, send your arms high. Exhale, hinge, find your fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plants. Bringing it back. Nice and smooth. And exhale, downward facing. Lift the right. Step it forward. Heels down. Reach to the back. Extend over all the way through your wide leg forward folds. Inhale to lift up halfway and pivot to face the back. Exhale, fold over that shin. As you take a breath in, bend through your front leg, back heel comes down, reverse cartwheel, right hand followed by the left into your warrior two. Now we're straightening, bringing that front arm under, top arm top, slicing and reaching towards the front of the room, bending through that right knee. Tuck that hip under. Let's inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel as you bend. Pivot, hand comes down, extend that arm towards the ceiling in your twist. Hand comes out in front, float into your standing split. Hands come in, heart center, warrior three. Draw those low ribs in, press that foot through the floor. Inhale, knee rises, arms rise. And exhale, heel to the glute, hand to the ankle. Tuck your tail under. See if you can get those knees in line. Get that stretch through your quadricep. Release to the floor. Send your arms high. And exhale, fold it forward. Coming through our Vinyasa or some version thereof. Returning to downward facing dog. Left heel lifts, bend and stack. Step it forward. Pivot and open up to the left. Circling over, wide leg, forward fold to the side. Coming directly to the back of our mats. Lowering the heel, warrior two. Stacking, straightening, slicing, pivoting, bending. Warrior two to the front. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to cartwheel. Pivot on the ball of your back foot. Circle your left arm towards the ceiling. We're going somewhere new. Bend through your right knee. Reverse. So reach that left fingertip back, right fingertip high. Maybe you can straighten through your front leg and catch your back heel. Wonderful. Exhale, cartwheel. Hands come down. Tuck, lift. Standing split, hands heart center. Now pull everything in tight. Bring your hand towards that heel. Lift through your chest, rolling your shoulders back. Kick into that hand. Nadarajasana, dancer pose. Stay for a breath in. Exhale, collect it in. Send your arms high. And then bring things back to your Tadasana. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plank, chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. Inhale, right, bend and stack. Exhale, two-step. Heel down, open to the right side. Press down, lift, circle to the left. Wide leg forward fold. Continue to travel. Pivot to face the back. Bend through your front knee. Back heel down. Open up. Warrior two. Finding your slice. Warrior two to the front. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, cartwheel into your twisted lunge. Big circle. Now we're reversing our circle. Bend your back knee, reverse your arms, press down into your front leg. You can stay right here or straighten, opening through this camel variation. Exhale, cartwheel, tuck, lift, float the back leg. Hug everything in super close. Reach for that ankle, inside or outside grip. Now lift through your chest as if your heart is on a string. Draw your shoulder blades towards one another. Kick back into the hand to encourage your thoracic spine to open up. Nadarajasana, dancer pose. Exhale, drawing everything in, sending the arms high, practicing that balance here. And exhale, lowering it down. Gather it in. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, sit into your chair. Inhale, tippy toes, you can cactus open. Exhale, half lift, sweep the arms. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, folding it forward. Stepping the feet back. Option for a vinyasa. All meeting in our downward facing dog. Let's inhale, lift our left leg up. Bend and stack. Exhale, step the foot forward to replace the left hand. Keep your hips square. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, draw those hands in. Heart center, stay up tall. Hinge forward, shift, float your back leg up. Warrior three, we've been here before. Now step those feet together, sit into your chair pose. Take a breath in. With your breath out, right elbow finds the left knee, press down, look over the shoulder. Wonderful. Shift all the weight to the left side. See if you can float your right heel up, maybe bring the heel towards the glute. No joke. Strength, balance, and grace. Step that leg back, tap the toe down. Wonderful. As you inhale, straighten through your front leg, open through your arms, reverse, revolve, pyramid pose. Exhale, bend, cartwheel, heel down, warrior two. Inhale to reverse, and exhale, hands come down. Float that left leg up. Option to bend and stack. Option to flip your dog. Square yourself back up. Lower the left foot, lift the right leg up, bend it, stack it. Exhale, step forward, Alanasana, high lunge, reach the arms up. Square through the hips. Exhale, hands to the heart. Shift it forward, press off the ball of the back foot, float, warrior three. Step the feet together at the top, sit into your chair pose. Exhale, use that contraction to bring the elbow towards the thigh. Press down, look up. Shift the weight right, bring your heel in. See if you can find that balance. Before stepping back into your twisted high lunge, you have the option to stay. Maybe you extend the arms, maybe you lift up, maybe you reverse, maybe you straighten through your front leg. Exhale, bend. Cartwheel the arms, back heel spins down, warrior two. Take a breath in there, maybe a reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Pivot on the ball of the back foot, send your right leg high, bend it, stack it. Option to flip your dog, lifting through the chest. Exhale. Ooh, square yourself back up. Let's pull our knee in between our hands. Swivel the shin to the left and land in your pigeon pose. In your pigeon, see if you can press down into the floor, lifting through your chest. So find this lift, find this extension. Yes, we're working on our outer hip, but we can also find this thoracic mobility here. Let's all sit onto our right hip. Sole of the foot comes in towards the inner thigh. Take a side bend, reaching towards the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse it. Hand comes down, circling open. Sitting things back down. Hands come to the front. Lift that right leg up, bend it and stack it. As you exhale, lower it down next to the left. Inhale, left side. Exhale, pull it through. Pigeon pose, swivel. Glide it back. Press the shin down. Lift through the chest. Find some movement if you so desire. Heart is lifted up on a string. Sit onto the hip, sole of the foot comes in. Take a side bend towards the back. Inhale to reverse, shifting the weight forward, toes down, hips up. Sitting down, hands come to the front, returning to your three-legged downward facing dog. As you exhale, shin comes down at the center of your mat. Right shin follows, returning to the position that we began in. Reach your arms high. Exhale, bring those hands in, heart center. Let's take that Anahata again here. Maybe seeing if anything has changed. Stacking the hips above the knees, extending the arms out in front of us, and allowing the chest to melt down towards the floor. Maybe you're bringing your gaze towards those fingertips. As you inhale, glide it in, roll it up, stack hips above those knees, reach your arms high. Exhale, take a side bend towards the right. Maybe you can touch the ground. Now close it off, half camel pose. You might have your back toes tucked under, reach around for that heel, spiral open through the chest. Exhale, close it off, returning to your child's pose, gliding forward as you breathe in, melting as you breathe out. Inhale, rolling it up, returning to this high kneeling. Exhale, taking your side bend to the left. Same thing here, maybe you can touch the floor, really extend through those fingertips. Now close things off, come all the way around, hand to a block, to the heel, to the thigh, to the low back, Ardha Ustrasana, camel pose. Exhale to close, extend your arms out in front of you, child's pose. Big toes come to touch, maybe you widen your knees. Take a moment here. Breathing in and out through the nose. With your next breath in, glide yourself forward and lower yourself down onto your belly, prone position. Send your left arm out to the side, bend through your right leg, kick it over, find that opening through your chest. Let's return through center and do the same thing on the right. Left hand in, right arm out. Kick the left leg over. Returning through center. Bring those hands just behind the shoulders. Ground through the fingertips. As you inhale, roll the shoulders back, gentle pressure into the fingertips. Can you float your legs up? Bring your heels together. Try to find length through your neck. And exhale, lowering down, little locust lifts. Inhale, gentle pressure through the fingertips. Maybe you can float them up. and exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale. Find a lift. Extend your arms out. Reach them back towards your heels. See if you can find a bend. Yes, we're still floating. Maybe your heels come together. Press them against one another. Maybe you can lift up higher. Finally, lowering it back down. Take a little rock side to side through those hips. Let's roll over onto our backs. We're going to finish off with a bridge series. So you can work your way up towards wheel, or you can make this really restorative. If you want to just work on that back body, we're bringing those heels in, pressing down, lifting up. We can really squeeze through the glutes to work the posterior line, or walk those shoulders underneath you and find an additional lift. Imagine your chest, your heart being lifted by a string. Now you can work through that a few times in your own time, maybe holding and breathing, or join me for a wheel pose. Hands are going to come overhead, fingertips facing your shoulders. We're going to lift through the hips first, so get those feet underneath you. Press down into the hands, pop up onto the crown of the head. Now press down, lifting all the way up. Maybe your heels float up. Shift the weight towards your hands and find that extension through the upper part of your back. Breathing nice and steady, nice and slow. As you're ready to lower, melt yourself back down to your mat. Let those knees knock in. If you'd like to take that a second time, feel free to do so. And when you come back down, add a few little windshield wipers, maybe a little book opener, rocking yourself to the left and to the right. Completing our practice with a few moments spent in a restorative bridge pose. So place a block, a pillow, underneath your shoulder blades. You can have it on either setting, low, medium, or tall. If you have a cork block, this is going to be slightly less comfortable. If you have a foam roller, it's also a good option here. So we're going to try and get that guy snuggled up right where our bra line is, or between the shoulder blades. I personally like to be slightly lower down so that I can support my head as well. If you have a yoga wheel, it's also a good thing to use right here. So we're making ourselves comfortably uncomfortable so that we may find this passive experience here, allowing our bodies to absorb everything we just did. Settling into this observational state. Noticing any thoughts. Allowing them to come and to go. Receiving them with open hands. Holding them loosely as they ebb and they flow. Noting any bodily sensations. Noticing our breathing. being here. As you're feeling ready, bring your hands behind your head. Help yourself up. Take any movements, shapes, poses in between. Eventually finding an upright position on your mat. Maybe coming back to that Virasana, that kneeling position that we began with. Seeing how this lands in our body now. And let's seal our practice with 3 breaths shared here together. And deep breath in through the nose. Audible sigh, exhale, letting it go. Breathing deeply in. Audible sigh, letting it out. Last one, breathing deeply in. Option to lift the arms. Audible sigh, exhale. Bring those hands in, heart center. Take this moment to acknowledge your practice, express gratitude to your body. As you're feeling ready, release your hands, open your eyes if they were closed, and that will conclude our practice today. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this class, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout for the next classes coming up in our Journey Through the Chakras series. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you here again soon.